So I finally got it all back together. What a nightmare. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. We're back out in the garage today for a maintenance video on the Ram. So it has about 84,000 miles on it, and we are going to do a spark plug change. So if you didn't catch a previous video on the channel, we did a performance tune on this truck, Diablo Sport performance tuner with a custom 93 octane tune. So in order to kind of wrap that up officially, we need to do some data logging, send it off to the tuner. They can analyze everything, make sure it's tweaked and dialed in just right. Then they'll send us back a revised file. Before I did that, I wanted to make sure that the plugs in here were nice and fresh and brand new. So, you know, everything's running real good and as best as it can. So got a new set of plugs, 16 plugs, 2 per cylinder. So it's a lot of spark plugs to change. Also have a special swivel adapter tool socket for spark plugs that I've seen online, forums and whatnot, that this really comes in handy in some of the hard to reach spots on this particular truck. You might not need this on everything. I don't know about the Chargers, Challengers, stuff like that, you know, if they run into this same similar problem. But anyway, I've heard that some of these by the brake booster can be a pain in the butt to get to, so you really need this tool. So I'll leave a link to this below. I'll also leave a link to the performance tuner below if you're interested in checking out that video as well. And yeah, so let's go ahead and jump in. If you're new here, consider subscribing if you want to. We do all kinds of performance videos, upgrades, mods, maintenance stuff. We're working on a boat restoration series now, so you might find something interested you want to follow along with on the channel. I appreciate it. If you got any questions about anything, be sure to leave them down below. I'll try to answer everything I can. But let's go ahead and jump into this thing, start taking some stuff apart, see what we got to deal with. So we've got the NGK Laser Iridium Spark Plugs. They're a direct replacement. You can get them at any auto parts store. Nothing too crazy there. They come pre-gapped, and of course you probably want to check your gap to make sure everything's good there. A word of warning if you do this though. Let's see if I can get it to zoom in for you. Yeah, you can see the little tip right there on the plug itself. You want to be very, very careful if you're checking the gap and running the tool through there, that you don't pop that tip off, because that will not be a good day for you, and that'll cause a bunch of problems and it won't fire right. And so be very careful when you're doing that. But again, everything's supposed to come pre-gapped, you know, take that for what it's worth. But anyway, what we've got to do is we got to get a few things out of the way first. We've got to get this cover off first in order to be able to really kind of reach down in there. I'm hoping I don't have to take this air box off, because that's going to be kind of more involved than I really wanted to get into. But we've got to get these coil packs off and then get the plugs out. This side over here, we'll shine some better light on it in a minute, is going to be a little bit more difficult back by that brake booster to kind of reach in there and snake in there and get those out. But for the most part, I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. We just got to go ahead and get this air intake tube off and unplugged and the cover off and start getting to where we can have access to everything. So that's what we'll work on right now, and then we'll check back in a second. All right, so far so good. We've got a few things taken off. That wasn't too bad, maybe about 2-3 minutes, honestly, because I've done this part quite a few times. But let's take a look at what we've got off so far, what kind of room it opened up, and then what we got to do now. So I did end up taking the air box out, the cold air intake. The Mopar one that I've got installed on here is just gigantic. You can see it just how much room it takes up, and then the air tube going in for the throttle body, and then you can see just how much space that opens up over here. And now we can get to all of our coil packs on this side very easily. We've got a little bit of some changes, or not changes, but things we've got to do. We're going to have to pop this pin out so we can move this wiring harness or loom out of the way a little bit to get to this other bolt on this side. And then we may have to move these vacuum lines or heater hoses back here in the back out of the way slightly to get to this last one on that side. But I don't think that's going to be a big deal. Obviously, the first part of these three, super easy to get to. And so I think that'll be a quick change out there. I was going to go with upgraded coil packs, but I read a lot of reviews and stuff online, and they say if you're not having trouble out of your stock ones, just leave them alone. That the aftermarket ones, even though, you know, MSD I think makes a blaster coil or blaster coil pack or something like that, they're expensive. They're $600 for these 8 coil packs, or might be even more than that. It might be closer to $700. And people report having trouble out of them and whatnot, and they have to return them and everything. And so I said, you know what? If it's not broke, don't fix it right now. We've got to put a little bit of pressure on this, and then this thing slides out for the plug. So we've got to unplug them all. These are 10 millimeter bolts, so if your 10 millimeter socket ran away, I'm sorry, you won't be able to do this job. And so, and then they should just slide right out. We'll be able to get to the plugs, and then we'll go right down the line and get this side done. Then we'll move to the other side. So we got the first 2 out. Not too terrible looking. This one has quite a bit of oil around the threads on this plug. The tips don't look too bad, but they definitely look like they could use some new plugs in them. I don't think it's going to hurt anything whatsoever. And then there was the first one we pulled out. Not near as much oil around the threads on this one, so kind of wondering about that. But the end does look a little burnt there around the porcelain or whatnot, and just looks like it's probably a good time to change these anyway. So we'll go ahead and keep progressing down the line, get them taken out, and get them replaced. Here's a look down into the cylinder head where the spark plugs came out. So we got everything out, all the coil packs, all the plugs. The little tool came in handy. I didn't have to, as of yet, take those heater hoses loose in the back there just yet. Again, I may have to on the reinstall, but everything came out pretty good on this side. So now I just got to drop the new spark plugs back in and reassemble this side. Then it's on to the more aggravating side. But so far so good. We'll just keep at it. Alright, so this side's all done and back together. Everything's torqued down and tightened up. Clips and plugs and everything are back in. Wasn't too bad at all. Little annoying with those heater hoses on that last one, not gonna lie, but you can do it. You don't have to take them out, especially with that tool. You don't have to take them out. It would be easier if you did, but you can snake everything back there and get it back together without taking that apart. I do think you have to take that wire loom out to be able to get back there and get the tools and everything in place. But all this is back together, so now we've got to move on to this nightmare side. Let me get the light. Get a better light over here. So this is obviously going to be a little bit more fun. I'm not going to video this whole thing just because in the interest of, you know, keeping the video shorter. I will, however, tell you if I run into any major issues or problems or whatnot, that back one's going to be a fun one, and possibly that's next to last one because of that brake booster. Just trying to reach back there and get everything out. But it's the same thing. Unplug the four, take the bolts out of the coil packs, pop them out, pop the plugs out, put them back in. So we're going to do that one off camera, but again, I'll let you know if I run into any trouble with anything or something to watch out for. So I finally got it all back together. What a nightmare. It's not hard, it's just very tedious and time consuming, and you better have a lot of patience when you get to this side over here. So of course the brake master cylinder booster, whatever, is in the way of those down there. So it's not really the end of the world. And then you've got some tubing and piping in the back that's in the way of the back one. Then you've got this wire loom that's in the way of getting this plug out in the front. Not too bad. You can pop, you can see that little plastic clip in the bracket. You can pop that loose, kind of force that out of the way, and you're able to get that clip or that plug let loose and removed. But you just better have a lot of patience is all it is when it comes to this side. Again, this tool is invaluable. I'll leave the link to it. Again, just bought it off of Amazon. It's not expensive at all. I don't know if I could have actually got this job done without this swivel socket spark plug adapter tool. So again, it's just a ton of swapping to open-ended wrenches, adding this extension, taking this socket off, adding this socket wrench to this one, and adjusting this one, and it's just back and forth to figure out what part will actually fit where, and actually getting everything taken loose and then put back together again. So again, it's not exactly hard. You just better take your time with it because it's going to take time regardless. So, but it's back together now. And with that, we are all back together and finished with this project. Airbox is back in, everything. Mass airflow sensor is back connected, covers back on. Everything's good to go. So now hopefully she fires up and runs like a top and there's no problems and we don't have to tear it back apart, because again, wasn't the most fun I've ever had working on the truck. I'll be honest with you there. So, but it's all back together now. So we're gonna fire it up and see if she runs. Sounds good to me. At least it fired up. I don't hear any weird noises, so that's a plus. And we'll take it for a spin, see how things go, but I'm sure everything's just fine. And that's it for another project. It was just a quick one, a maintenance video to show you how to change the spark plugs on your HEMI. You know, nothing too crazy here. I do recommend getting that special tool, or else you're going to have an even rougher time, and find your patience, because that driver's side is a little bit of a nightmare to get through. But all in all, it wasn't bad at all. You know, it probably took a good 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours maybe, just taking my time, stopping, getting something to drink, videoing and whatnot. So it does take a little bit of time. 16 spark plugs, 2 for each cylinder. So just, you know, prepare to spend an afternoon or something putting it all back together, but not too bad. So hope you found it entertaining or informative. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, comments, thoughts whatsoever, leave them down below. I try to answer everything from you guys. And if you want to subscribe and follow along to more stuff like this, I'd appreciate it. Hope you have a fantastic day, and thanks for watching. Take care.